No, you say, no, well, it's normal. You're listening to me. It doesn't sound silly, no, funny, no. Then I quoted you in Afrikaans. I quoted you in Afrikaans, my usual Afrikaans, you know. So, maar ek sal julle die waarheid. Dit is vir julle voordelig dat ek weggaan, want as ek nie weggaan nie, sal die trooster nie na julle kom nie. En then I quoted in Zulu, then I quoted in Tswana, then I quoted in Swahili, then I quoted in Indonesian, but I didn't tell you where I'm quoting from. When I quoted in Indonesian, you people laughed. The loudest laughter was for this, not for Zulu, because you listen to Xhosa, it sounds like Zulu, similar. But when I started quoting in, I said, Tengokla, tanganku, dan kakiku, inilah aku sendiri, jamahlah aku dan lihatlah, karena hantu tiada berdaging dan tulang, seperti yang kamu lihat ada padaku. And you people laughed. In the city hall, Cape Town. You laughed. Most of you were Malays. Malay Muslims, my brothers. Most of you were Malays, and you laughed. I'm asking, whose language is that? You say, you don't know. I said, that's your language, you fools. You laugh at your own language. Your own mother tongue is the silliest and funniest of them all. That's what you voted. The silliest and funniest language of all the languages I quoted you, the Reverend. You voted to be the silliest and funniest was your mother tongue. Shame. No, I was only trying to prove a point. I said, you see, if you are taken away from a language for a long period of time, you never heard your own mother tongue. Because Malaysian and Indonesian, identical. If you didn't hear it for 300 years, you know a few words. Pisanchi, labarang, you know a few words. But now when I say, Tengokala, tanganku, dan kakiku, inilah aku sendiri, people start laughing. I say, you know why you're laughing? Silliest? Yes, it's the silliest. I said, that's your mother tongue. That's what has happened. After 300 years, this is what they've done to you. Hammering, hammering, hammering. Instead of subjugating you, to Christianizing you, you have come out one of the most militant Muslim communities in the world. That's what I was boasting. But when I met the Afro-Americans, you know, the American Negro who has become Muslim, I found that he was a little more militant than us. But we are still second most militant. Wallah, the Muslims, most especially of the Cape, you voted that Rushdie must die. There was nothing wrong with that. It was Quranic, it was according to the Sharia. There was nothing wrong with that. And we have nothing to apologize for. Now, tomorrow night, we says, now let's turn the tables. We've got to turn the tables. I'm telling people, don't cry. Because when we cry, it's a great joy for the enemy. He's feeling happy. He says, hey, we got the Muslim this time. See, one of your own is doing this to you. He's getting pleasure, sadistic pleasure in our pain. I said, stop crying. Now you see how you turn the tables. It's a principle, the same principle that you use against the Jews, the Christians, the Hindus, the atheists, the agnostics. Same principle you use here. There's no difference. Last night I was talking about, the principle is, Kul hatu burhanakum. Anytime, anything, anybody claims, your burhan, your proof. The trouble is, we didn't read the book. I'm not saying that we must read the book, it's banned in this country, it's finished. But the people that are there, they must know what other thing the guy says that we can use against the enemy. We need a sharper thorn to take out a thorn. Use the same, his own, against him. There is no better way to fight him. Instead of crying, squealing, wailing, it won't help. So inshallah, if you, my brothers, are there, most especially, I'm discouraging the ladies from coming, and especially also prudes, you know, people who are too sensitive, hypersensitive. I might utter a word, and then all your life, that's the only word you'll remember. Say, Deedat, I thought he was a saint. Deedat was a saint, but from his mouth I heard this. I don't know what I'm going to do, I don't know really, tomorrow night. But I like you to be there, and I hope you are strong enough to take what I have to give. And with these words, I'm very, very grateful to this, your congregation, for, at short notice, creating this opportunity for me to come and share my thoughts with you on this guy Rushdie. And if there are any questions regarding what I have said, or anything else pertinent around the topic, I'm at your disposal. Any question? Yes, my brother.
Is Salman Muslim?
He was born to Muslim parents. His father and mother are still alive. They're Muslims. They're in Bombay. But you see, they were a little more affluent, means a little rich. So they sent the son at the age of 13 to England for education among the whites. And, you know, once you are in that atmosphere, you see all the freedoms you enjoy, all the straitjacketing is gone. Now he can eat pork chops. Now he can dance. Now he can drink. Then he starts going with these white girls. See? So day by day he's going further and further away. And he's studying. He's a brilliant man. He's a clever devil. Because Shaitan was not less clever. You know Shaitan, Iblis. If you remember from the Quran, that he is challenging Allah. You know that? Shaitan, Iblis. He says, you know, you got me in the wrong. You know, I'm going to waylay these people. I'm going to take them off. I'm going to take them all to hell. That guy is clever. Shaitan was very clever. This guy is also very clever. Clever devil. What he has done is, not only he attacked us, but he has made a fool of the West. He's fooled them all. That is what I want to tell them. I said, look, what he has done to you. See, that's what he has done to Margaret Thatcher. Let me just show you this one. He calls her a bitch. Right? But Margaret Thatcher, when she said, no, we have, you know, freedom of speech in our language, she didn't know that this guy is calling her a bitch in his book. And you got to tell him. I said, look, tell her, show. I said, look, Ma, you're such a great lady, iron lady. Now, why? You are his benefactor. You look after this guy. You gave him refuge in the country. You gave him British domicile, British passport. Now he's calling you a bitch. You Londoners, he's calling you bastards. This word bastard. Around the 60s, in the City Hall of Durban, I used that word as a quotation from the Holy Bible. In the Bible, 3 places this word is used. From the book of Deuteronomy, I quoted, the Bible says that the bastard shall not enter the congregation of the Lord even unto the 10th generation. Once you are a bastard, your generations, for 10 generations, you are bastards. Now, I only quoted, and the roof nearly fell. See, people, my own people, so how can you use that word? Now, this guy uses it 30 times in the book. So I said, let me read it to you. There to the wife, on BBC, let me read it to you. But what he calls it, this is mildest. What I told you is, calling her a bitch is mild, very mild. Calling them bastards is very mild. Let me tell you what he says. I don't know how I'm going to do it tomorrow, but this is what it is. Turn the table. So he was brought up under these conditions where he is a westernized guy, and he said, look, I've got nothing to do with religion. There are many like that in our midst also. See, they're Muslim, they might come for Friday Salat, but in the heart and mind there's nothing Islamic. There's just to please the father, trying to please his wife. He's coming to the mosque, but in his heart and mind he's not a Muslim. But this guy openly, he says, this is all, bunkum. He's got nothing to do with these things. So he was born Muslim to Muslim parents. His name is Salman Rushdie. That was the name, Salman, name of the Sahaba. Salman Farsi, his father gave him. And Rushdie, see, Rushdie should be spelled rightly the way we pronounce. Rushdie, R-O-O-S-H. Rush. D-E-E-D. Rushdie. But no, you see, the father anglicized the name. R-U-S-H, Rush, D-I-E. What is D-I-E? Die. Rush, die, die. Should, you say, there's a Rushdie Die, it's a Rush, die, die. Look, a prophetic. The name the father chose, he must rush to die. Rush, this R-U-S-H, Rush, ask any child. What is R-U-S-H? Rush. D-I-E, die. Rush, die. He's rushing to die. وآخر الدعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.